So Arc Raiders just dropped a brand new update. I'm gonna be covering everything in the patch notes that you're gonna wanna know, and later in the video I'll also be giving away 1,150 Raider tokens to one lucky subscriber, which is definitely gonna come in handy if you wanna cop any of the new drip, like this diving helmet for your car that has been added to the game. So just sit back, relax, and stay tuned while I break down everything that's new in the Rust build for you. Alright then, sit into your pod, slam the hatch shut, and let's get right into the patch notes. So, first up, they changed the issue where the integrated shield recharger was only recharging when equipped. The integrated shield recharger, in case you didn't know, is a pretty rare item that works like a normal shield recharger, but it has unlimited uses and runs on a fixed cooldown instead. But yeah, apparently it was only working while you were holding it in your hand, which, you know, seems pretty useless. So they fixed that. Next up, they fixed an issue where augment skills sometimes did not work. Augment skills, of course, being the special abilities you get on your MK2 and higher tier augments, like for example the one that if you get shot you automatically deploy a smoke screen, which by the way is pretty overpowered. Some of those abilities apparently did not trigger as intended, but now it has been fixed and now it's going to be even more overpowered. Anyways, the next fix, it might upset some of you, how should I say this without being too mean? Well, some of you dishonest raiders, because there was actually an exploit in the game up until this update where you could basically use barricades to push yourself or other players into locked rooms, which of course have insane loot, and you know, you wouldn't have to bring a key, you could just bring a barricade, which is of course a lot cheaper, and that was pretty broken and overpowered. So if you have been using that to get your ill-gotten gains, now you're gonna have to struggle to make an honest living just like the rest of us down here in the Rust belt. So yeah. Next up, they fixed an issue where health regen skills wouldn't work if they were triggered while DBNO. Now, DBNO, of course, isn't the cousin of the hip-hop artist BBNO $.
This is the comedy police! The joke's too funny!
But instead refers to down but not out. So basically when you're crawling on the floor. They also fixed a bug where the well-traveled achievement wouldn't register, which I'm sure is great news for all of you achievement hunters and travelers out there. But traveling on, barricades can no longer be placed near zipline exit points, so I assume it was causing some issues. It doesn't sound very healthy to take a zipline into a barricade anyways, so I'm sure it's for the best. Then we also have massive news for those of you that love to punch things, and that is that the punch hands emote from the pre-order bonus has finally been added into the game. So now, after you down a raider for absolutely no reason, you can flex on him by shadowboxing against your demons mid-raid. Now, moving on from the pretty small changes, fixes and patch notes onto some exciting changes when it comes to the map conditions and their schedule, as well as even a brand new exciting map condition. Well, you know, technically it was in the game before, but they did remove it because it was having some issues, which they, I hope, now fixed. So it's back in the game starting this Saturday, so tomorrow. So get your friends together and get going. This special map condition is the Electromagnetic Storm. Just like the night raids, this map condition has fewer active return points, but there's also going to be lightning striking down, hitting raiders and Arc alike, frying the Clanker's internal circuitry. But that's not all. Night Raid has also finally been added to Bluegate, which, by the way, is my favorite map. And that map is just so peak. All of my favorite moments I've had in Arc Raiders happened on that map for some reason. I think just the way the terrain and the objectives are set up in that map creates a lot of interesting stories where you either have to work together or are also able to just really ruin someone's day in horrible sadistic ways, such as just sniping people from so far away. But then, on the flip side, you also see where people are fighting Ark, and a lot of the time I actually see people in the hills, in the open space, working together to try and get to certain places to loot there, to, for example, kill the Leaper and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways, moving on, they also added the hidden bunker event, which is basically a little puzzle that is going to give you a hidden bunker, and I assume that's for all maps. So with everything relating to gameplay out of the way, let's get to the best part, the drip! First of all, we have the Wilderness Scout set, a very Ark Raiders core type of outfit, very retro futuristic. It fits right into the universe. We also have the pay-to-win soot face paint, which is going to blend you in better into the night, as well as this insane emote of you pouring one out for the homie after you murked him for no reason, after he probably said, "Hey, don't shoot." Then, for those of you who plan to not only fight what falls down from the sky, but also what might lurk beneath the waves, the Leviathan bundle has been added with this insane vintage diving outfit kind of look. It just looks really cool. But that's not all. And here comes the best feature of 1.1.0, and that is the Deep Sea Bird set. Guys, I cannot believe this. It is insane. Also, all the lore implications behind this. I always ask myself, where does Scrappy get all his resources? And why is my fabric and my bandages always soggy when I get it from him? Well, it turns out he has been getting them from the ocean. Now, if you want to cop any of this strip, I have great news for you, and that is that I'm going to be giving away 1,150 Raider tokens for any subscriber. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a comment about why you deserve this strip specifically. And if you leave a comment about your own fan theory about Scrappy and his hustle of how he gets his resources, you'll be entered into the giveaway twice. Now, if you want to see my upcoming video where I do a full financial audit of Scrappy, such as how much money does he make every time you go on a raid? Is he pulling minimum wage, or is he eating good? Also, how much does his quarterly tax come out to? Please subscribe.